Hello my dear friends, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to solve the move zeros problem on LeetCode. As an input we will have an array of integers 0, 1, 0, 3, and 12, and as an output we need to return the array, but by moving all the zeros to the end. It's pretty simple. And of course we need to keep the order. So here we had 1, 3, 12, and also here we return 1, 3, 12, 3, 12. So how are we going to solve this problem? Really simple. First, we will have a pointer called I, initialized to 0, and another pointer called insert position index, I'm going to call IP, also initialized to 0. And then I'm going to loop through all the elements of my array. So I at first will be here. I'm going to check if the value of this element is equal to 0 or different from 0. For the moment it's equal to 0, so I'm going to do nothing, just increment my I. But now the value at I is different from 0. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to insert into my insert position the value of the current I. So here, so IP is initialized at 0, but I is 1. I'm just going to correct it. So I is at 1. So now in IP I'm going to put the value 1. And then increment both of IP and I. So now IP is here and I is here. Now I'm going to check again the value at I, and the value at I is equal to 0, so I'm going to do nothing. Just going to increment my I to 3. Now my I is here. Now the value at I is different from 0. Now it's time to change the value at IP and put the value that is at I. So here I'm going to put 3, and then I'm going to increment both of IP and I. 4 and 2. So now my IP is here and my I is here. Again, 12 is different from 0. I'm going to do the same thing, put the value at I on IP, so 12 here, and increment both of IP and I. 5, 3. Okay, so now we've reached the end of the array. Now we're going to do another loop, a separate loop, where every element from IP to the end of the array are going to be turned to 0. So now this is going to be equal to 0, and this one is going to be equal to 0. And now we have our result. Let's translate that into code. So we will need int I initialized to 0 and int insert position initialized to 0. And we will need our first loop. We check if I is inferior to the nums.length, e++, okay. And we check if the nums I is different from 0. If that's the case, we need to put on the insert position the value of nums I. And we can increment insert position. And we will need another loop. Insert position inferior to nums.length e++, and we're going to turn every element from insert position to the end to 0. And I made a mistake. Insert position. No, we don't need a condition, just need to put it to 0. And it should be good. Okay, now let's run the code. I've made a typo here, insert position, run code. works. Submit the code. It works. Actually, we could improve a bit the code here. I'm just gonna do some changes. Okay, so I'm gonna initialize my eye here, and here I'm gonna initialize my eye to insert position, and here it's eye that is going to be updated, and eye again updated, and here eye is going to be updated, and yeah, it's gonna work too here. Run the code, insert position, submit the code. It's actually the same thing but more clear. So this is it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.